Hey guys, it's Andrew with Copper Penny Cards again. I'm here to do a little shipping tutorial. I've been selling on TCGplayer for a few months now, and I'm going to show you how to ship anywhere from 1 card all the way up to 80 cards. I do Pokemon, but this probably works with other cards as well. So, the things you'll need to start shipping. First, you'll need some blue painter's tape. Then you'll need 3x5 poly bags or team bags. You'll need simple, good old-fashioned penny sleeves. You'll need the cards. That's important to actually have the cards. Then you'll need top loaders and also semi-rigid card holders. I use them both. Some people fight about which one's better. Get them both. You'll thank yourself later. Last few things you'll need. I use 2 different size envelopes. So for orders up to 26 cards, okay, I use a number 9 windowed envelope here, already pre-stamped. A lot of people use number 10. There are advantages to using 10 over 9. I just had these around when I first started selling, so they're very useful, and it's kind of nice just to put your return address and their address there. And it is also nice. I know the number 10 envelopes, you kind of got to fold them funky. But with these, it's a simple 3-way fold. And then up to 40 cards, I use an A9 invitation envelope. So I have these around. It's just a half sheet of paper folded in half. It fits perfectly in there. So I'll go ahead and show you how to do from 26 all the way up to 40 cards. And the last thing you'll need is a packing slip here, okay? In order to get a packing slip, you might need a printer, okay? I know a lot of you guys might be just starting out and maybe you don't have a printer, right? I'd recommend if you don't have a printer, just get plain white paper, right? And then you can just go ahead, you can write the order number on there, okay? Go ahead and write your name on there, your store name, and then go ahead and just put the date they ordered. Put that on a piece of paper, and then you can use that as your order form. I'm not sure how TCGplayer is on. I think you're supposed to include a printed version. But a lot of people, they just send a plain white piece of paper with nothing else. I would at least recommend putting some information on there so they know where it's coming from and who to reach out to if something goes wrong. So we're going to start with 1 to 3 cards, okay? And to do that, okay, you're going to start with just a top loader. Start with a top loader. And you're going to start with, we'll do 3 cards just to show you. But this works for 1 all the way up to 3 cards, okay? So for 3 cards, I would go ahead and I would penny sleeve the 2 cards together. Just like that. And I'd sleeve the 1 individual card by itself. Just like that. And I'd go ahead and I'd put the individual card into the top loader, okay? There you go. Then you just go ahead and you stack the 2 cards on top of the first card. You grab your team bag, put those bad boys in the team bag, rip off the top, go ahead and close that up. Okay, you're going to grab your packing slip. Okay, and if there is a top loader in there, I only use 1 piece of paper. I'll go over when to use more than 1 piece of paper in your orders just to add a little bit more protection a little later. But you get your packing slip, okay, you fold that. I got a little line here that I print out for folding, just so I know where to fold. Good old-fashioned 3-way fold that you learned in kindergarten. I take the cards, grab some painter's tape, do a long one over the top, and then I do a little guy on the bottom. Okay? You go ahead, you place that. I place it left of center usually. Put that in there. Close her up. And then you go ahead and you grab your envelope. I put it in there now. Put that bad boy into your envelope. Okay. Then you just pull the tab and seal her up. I do add small pieces of tape on both sides. You don't have to, but with top loaders, I don't want the edge to get caught and it to rip open. So I just add a little piece of tape on both sides. Just some Scotch tape on both sides of this to finish it up. That'd be good to go after you put the stamp on there. And because it's 3 cards and a top loader, let's check. See how much that bad boy weighs, okay? Okay, we're good. So 0.83 ounces, right? 0.84 ounces. Now, let's go see how many more cards you could add to this before you're at an ounce, right? 2 more cards you could add into that 1 sleeve in order to keep it under an ounce. And I always give away free cards all the time, so it's good to know that, especially if you want to give away a free card or 2. I'll put that aside for now, so we'll double check later. But that will be 1 stamp. And that is done. That is 1 to 3 cards, okay? That is done. I'm going to take this apart, and we're going to restart. I'm going to show you 4 to 7 cards, okay? Count out 7 cards. In order to do 7 cards, okay, you'd start with a penny sleeve, right? So go ahead and slip those in there, right like that. And this is where you get your semi-rigid. I use this for orders from 4 to 7 cards. I just like it because if I had 2 cards inside of a top loader and then 5 more cards on a top loader, that'd be pretty stiff and pretty rigid. I wouldn't trust that in the mail for it not getting non-machinable. So I just go ahead and use semi-rigids for these orders from 4 to 7 cards. Go ahead and put that bad boy in there. Okay, you got this. Easy. In the semi-rigid, grab the packing slip. I don't think this piece is going to be long enough. Let's see. Hopefully it is. But I put the middle of the semi-rigid to the middle just in case there is some kind of water damage. I don't think there would be that much. But I go ahead and I tape down, close her up. If you do have bigger team bags, you can go ahead and just put it inside there, but I don't. And I go ahead and I just tape the end here, just like that. Fold it up. Again, let's put it in there and let's weigh it. Let's see where it's at. Okay, got that. Get the old scale out. Now this one is going to be close. Okay, it's probably going to be over, but we'll check it out. Yep, just barely over. So some options, let's say you had the 7 cards, right? You could cut off the bottom of the packing slip to try to get it under. It just went back under. Another thing you should do. Learn this one from PokéPass or TCG. Put a weight on there, right? Or a cylinder. Zero it here. Wow. Yeah, you can go ahead and just open that bad boy up and cut off the bottom of the packing slip and only use 1 stamp. Or it's up to, of course, 6 cards instead of 7. Because after I add those little pieces of tape on there, it's going to be a little bit more weight. Close enough. I think you get the idea. Okay, next up, we are doing 8 to 13 cards, okay? And like I said, I got that little trick from PokéPaster. I got this trick from PokéPaster and RNG games, okay? I guess a lot of people they don't like it a lot. But when I do get bigger orders, this is the only way to send big bulk orders through TCGplayer. You have to do this or else it's too rigid and it doesn't work. So you go ahead, I'll grab 10 cards here. In order to send 10 cards, okay, you can individually sleeve a couple of the big ones, the ones over $1. So if there's 1 or 2 over $1, you can individually sleeve those. But I usually just do a full sleeve over all of them. So 10 cards in the penny sleeve. And you go ahead and you just take, I'll use that same team bag I used before. I don't want to waste. Put that bad boy right in there. Okay, put her in the corner. Close her up tight, okay? Make sure she's tight. You don't want any cards moving around in there. And go ahead and move that over a little bit. Grab a small piece of tape. And just roll over that extra poly bag or team bag over like that. And you just make a little packet. So this is probably the most important part of sending bulk is making these guys, okay? It doesn't work if you're sending 2 top loaders with 5 cards on each top loader. It's just too thick. It's too rigid. This actually has a little bit of give to it, right? If it goes in the mail, it can make those corners, right? And it's still, after it settles, it's fine. So you take that little packet, take your packing slip, and for these orders, I always use 2 pieces of paper, okay? Because you want a little bit of extra protection. That is going to add, a piece of paper is about the same weight as 3 cards. So this, is going to be a little bit heavier. It's definitely going to need an additional ounce stamp. Same thing as before. Long on the top, short on the bottom. Okay, left of center. Taper down. 10 cards into the envelope. Let's see how much this one weighs quick. Go ahead and zero that bad boy. So 10 cards, it's going to need an additional ounce stamp. So 1.18. I would not go above 13 cards on one stack, okay? So 1, 2, 3 more cards. Still only 1 additional ounce stamp, right? That is the most I'd go with. The 1 stack would be 13 cards. So now let's do a little bit bigger order, 13 to 26 cards, okay? The next one up. Let me just break this apart for you quick. I think you see where we're going to go here. It's not very difficult. Shipping's easy. You're just overthinking it. So go ahead, take that. I'm going to move it over just a touch. You're going to grab another packet, okay? Grab another packet, 10 cards. Like I said, you can go up to 13 in each packet, but this will just be 20 cards, okay? Go there. Put that bad boy like that. Fold it over. I'm actually going to split this one in half too, just to save on tape. Put a little bit on top, a little bit on bottom. Put that right in the middle. Taper down. Fold it over. Put it in the envelope. Let's see how much this one weighs. And like I said, you don't have to do the 2 pieces of paper with these orders. I do just for a little extra protection for the cards. Because if you really think about it, with the 2 pieces of paper, it's got 4 pieces of paper above the cards and the envelope. And below it, it has 2 pieces of paper and then the envelope. So that's a lot of protection for these cards. They'll be just fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and weigh this bad boy. Not quite perfectly zeroed, but this will be fine. Okay, 1.87, okay? So let's see how many more cards we can fit. We got 20 in there. It's usually 23 before you have to do another additional ounce stamp. Additional ounce stamps are 29 cents. So if it goes over 22 cards is... Oh, 22 cards is the limit with this method, okay? Oh, now it's just off. You get the idea, right? You can double check. So 21 safe. You could probably maybe do 22 cards with this method. So 11 in each stack. Okay, next up, the big one. 4 stacks of 10. Penny sleeved, not penny sleeved. Like I said, there's lots of protection there. You can individually penny sleeve a couple of them and then do the rest not penny sleeved. It's totally up to you. But with this, I just stack them up like so. Make 2 X's, okay? One across. Need more tape. Flip it around. 2 more X's. You just don't want these cards to be jumping up on each other in the mail and getting way too thick and getting rejected by the machine, right? So this keeps that from happening. Then you have this little stack, right? So you got this stack of cards. All right? It's good. So go ahead, take that stack. I still use 2 pieces of paper here, okay? Just for the extra protection. Fold that packing slip in half. Even easier to fold than the other one. Put those bad boys in there. Now we take the bigger envelope we talked about before, the A9 invitation envelope. Go ahead and slip that bad boy in there. Close it up. For these envelopes, you're going to have to print off a label. I do have my own labels, but I usually use my own little label that I have already, and then I have to write the address here. So it's a little bit extra work for these bigger orders, right? Okay, so that is 40 cards. Let's see how much that weighs. And our goal is to keep it under 3.5 ounces, because that is the most you can send in the standard mail, is a 3.5 ounce standard envelope. And this should be just under, okay, let's check it out, 3.31, okay? So with the 2 pieces of paper, you could send that's pushing it. You could send 42 cards, okay? And then without the piece of paper, you could send 3 more. So I'm guessing you could send about, without the extra piece of paper, 6 extra cards. So that would be 46 cards, okay? What will those stacks be? 2 12s and 2 11s? That's the most you could send in a standard envelope, okay? Okay, so that's that. Now you might be asking yourself, how do you send 80 cards if the most you can send is 40 to 46? Well, you go ahead and on your packing slip, you just write down order 1 of 2, and you send that one, and then you can send another 40 or 46 cards, depending on how many sheets of paper you use. You write order 2 of 2, and you just let that person know when they make the order. You just send them a message, just say, hey, you sent me a pretty big order. I'm going to go ahead and send 2 different packages of 30 in each package or 40 in each package. If they get back to you before then and they don't want you to do that, you might just have to do it a different way. And the different way is, of course, I've only had to do this once with bulk. I did have an order, I think it was like 96 cards, and I had to go ahead, just throw the 2 cards in there, stack them up, put them in a bag, and I double bagged it because it was a little bit too long for this bubble mailer. So I did 1 on each side, double bubbled it, and then I went ahead and You know, I had to go ahead and print the label. It costs about $5.60 to send that. You could theoretically send 3 packages, right? You know, 40, 40, and 40 for 120 cards. But I think the time involved in actually doing the shipping, and then if you add up the shipping, you're probably better off after 80 cards just going ahead and using a bubble mailer instead of using traditional mail. Plus, it'll be tracking and everything like that. So, much better to do it that way. Okay, let's finish off, just talk stamps, right? So, it's important. Stamps. So, like I said, every single order is going to have your traditional forever stamp, okay? And then you go ahead, and then up from 1 to 2 ounces, you add 1 extra bus. You know, additional ounce stamp, whatever you have. I have buses, but you might have something else. You might have cars or a golfer or something. And then from 2 to 3, you add another additional stamp. And then from 3 to 3.5, you add another. That is how you kind of do the stamps. It's very easy, not hard to do. Just go to United States Postal Service, go ahead and buy. I always buy 1 roll of these babies and then 2 sheets. And that usually works out pretty good. That's how you do stamps. Yeah, this has gone pretty good for me. I've done over 350 orders. I did have 1 complaint about a damaged card, and I have no idea how that happened. So I think it was even with a top loader and the card on top of it. I did have 1 guy point out that I didn't have a top loader in there, but the cards came in just fine. So that's what he said, and he's like recommended a top loader, but the cards came in just fine, so that's not a big deal. So on the next video, this is the shipping portion of it. The next video, I'm going to talk about getting to level 4 on TCGplayer. I can kind of show you the tips and tricks I used to go ahead and get to level 4. And I think it took me about a month, maybe a little less than that to get there. Thank you guys so much for coming by. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. I just want to keep you guys going with my journey and my son's journey, of collecting Pokemon cards and selling them. It's a good time. I'm happy you're here. Thanks so much. You guys have a wonderful day. See you next time. Later.